Okay,
face
so
is
we're
sore.
live. Can you see me?
No. I just see a pink logo. That's all I see.
Good.
Jen's like, I don't get it. No, I just...
She doesn't get it. She
her
doesn't-
hat.
she doesn't get
Because she's
she doesn't get it.
I could tell by her face she didn't get it. Even though we just talked about it like 20 minutes ago. Oh, it'll be okay. We're going to make it through.
Honestly, she's so sweet though, right? She's so cute. Oh,
Oh,
I
shit.
lost the mic.
She's breaking everything.
I'm sorry, Laura. You're good. Oh my gosh, you
man.
guys. Can we not put any of that?
No.
No, that's 100% on. Like 100%. Yeah, that's like what people want to hear. That's all the only reels that people want to see.
The bloopers.
100%. People love Jen and her.
Innocence. Her
Yeah.
innocence.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you for saying it like that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If I was a therapist, that's what I would say.
That would be a good reframe.
Uh-huh. Instead of like, I would be like, people want to see Jen look retarded. And then Jen would look at me and say, that's not nice. And then I would say, I didn't mean it like that.
Intent versus impact. Yep.
100%.
Yep.
It just, that's how it would have come out. Anyway, great. So I didn't say it, so you can't be mad at me. I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
That I'm retarded?
Yeah, I didn't
You
say
did.
that. No, I didn't. I said that's
know
what
why
I
you're here for
maybe
so
As
long.
would
an
have
example.
said.
Yeah, you
But I didn't say it, so
Anyways.
you can't be mad.
Well, this episode is about
Do
relationships.
you agree? If we're in a counseling session right now,
Yes.
do you agree with what I didn't say that? So do you agree with me on that?
You did not say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks. I wish that you were our therapist. That'd be so funny. And then every time you confirmed, I'd go, heh. And then I'd be like, ding.
And then
Check.
Jen would have to have another session on the side just to like cope with it all.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
We're not keeping score here. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
That's so true. I just need to debrief that one.
Why did you give her the check mark on that?
Oh, 100%.
Let me read your notes, please.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's
Ashley.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so episode something, 20 something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
We're
that's
getting
pretty
up
good.
there.
20 something?
20s is your
25.
prime, so like
Yeah.
enjoy your prime.
Yep. 25.
Thanks.
So we're here. How do you go? You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah.
Or would you like us to introduce you?
I could do it
No,
like
you
I
do
did.
it.
I would
You
be can you introduce me and then I'll introduce myself?
I could introduce you like you were a wrestler.
Do it,
Okay.
do it, do it,
Yeah,
do it,
yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, but
Yeah.
how do I pronounce your last name? Mariani?
Mariani.
Oh, okay. So I was right. And you're from Fergus?
I am, yeah.
From the greenest forest I've ever seen in my life. Goes by the Instagram handle @theroguetherapist. From Fergus, Ontario. Couples counselor, sex, relationship, and all kinds of other off-topic things. Ashley Mariani. Can I get my picture taken with you?
Sign my boobies.
Sign my
I love
titties.
it. Well, I said boobies, you said titties because I don't know what's allowed. So
Oh, everything's allowed.
I'm just teasing.
Everything's allowed.
That was a great
for
intro.
pedophilia.
Yes, no, there's none of that here.
That's
we can
the
talk a
line.
little bit about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we can talk about it, but that.
That's the line.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's face it. In this world today, you're either with the pedophiles or
Yep.
you're against them. I'm making note that I'm against them.
Supporting them unknowingly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's it. You're either on the side of the pedophiles, i.e., you're a liberal or a Democrat, or you're a conservative or a Republican, and you're not for it. So I don't know. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Well, yeah, I'm an anti-pedophile person.
Pedophilia.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
On Instagram, I call it PDF.file.
I saw that actually that you did
It's
that
how I get
that.
away with it.
Yeah.
because they censor you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's very shadow banned.
Yes, I've noticed. Yeah, can't tag you in anything.
Yeah, like I just wanted to be an Insta famous person, but it's just not. It's not in the cards.
No.
It's not in the cards for me.
Well, I mean, it could be.
No, it's been deemed not.
Maybe on a different platform. Maybe when like the more like awake platforms start making themselves.
I've been told I should go on TikTok, but
Oh yeah.
I can't be bothered. I can't do Instagram.
It's too much. It's too much to learn.
I
And
don't have the
relearn.
time
No, I don't blame you.
or care, actually.
This podcast will get really big though, and then there you go.
Yeah, it will. It will get really big.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. When we're at 2,300
Episodes.
episodes. Yeah.
Oh, I love
I
that.
do like our 135 listeners, though. It's
Yeah, me too.
wonderful. I feel very grateful. Speaking of listeners, are you ready to introduce yourself now?
Yes, thank you. I mean, that is a pretty epic introduction. So,
Yeah.
my name is Ashley Mariani. I am the rogue therapist on Instagram. What else? I see couples and individuals. I'm a registered social worker. Wow, that almost slipped out.
It almost slipped.
Oh my God, I would have been in big trouble. I am a registered social worker. I also facilitate breathwork, intentional cold exposure, and I am a obstetric violence advocate.
Ooh.
And my education is in sexuality. And so I integrate.
Okay, wait, what? Your education's in sexuality?
Yeah, my degree's in sexuality.
Oh, that's funny. What? Okay, so like, how is that? Like, is that actually the course is called? Like, I have a BA in sexuality.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Interesting.
Was it like women's studies? Is that part of it?
No, that was a different one.
So it's a different. Okay, so this is like not actually like fake. This isn't like a fake science.
No.
This is a real science course. Not like women's studies.
No, I didn't take any women's studies courses, actually.
Interesting.
That must be why you're happily married and not how old are you? Like 30s?
I'll be 37 on the 3rd.
So that must be why you're not a mid-30s spinster with purple hair and severely obese and advocating for men's rights in female spaces.
I'm not one of those.
No.
Cool.
No.
Interesting.
I love men.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. 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 All the lesbians are like, we do too.
Well,
Yeah.
Jess and I have had good conversations about our taste in men.
Yeah. I have a taste in men, not beta.
Yeah, not beta.
Yeah, and maybe if there was more not beta men, then there wouldn't be so many lesbians.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe.
Actually.
Tell more. Talk more.
That's interesting.
Well, okay, like yeah, as like Jen and I deepen our discussions about sexuality and relationships, I see that okay, so I have a theory that like I don't think that people are born gay.
Oh, we're going there, are we?
Well, I just don't think
Might
that.
as well.
I mean, I just like the more I uncover about myself and about other people, I just don't necessarily think that. Maybe it's like, maybe some people, I don't know. I've seen like a kid one time who was like 4 and I was like, oh, he's a fag. Like, so how is that 4-year-old like?
Did you meet me?
No, but I mean,
They
to
just had
me,
more feminine
he just seemed really gay,
characteristics.
and I was I
You
could,
can
like,
tell when
just
they're
be like, oh, you're gay,
little,
but
yeah.
like he was literally like maybe not 4, maybe 6, but how at 6, like that is interesting to me. Like how at 6 can you be so feminized? But after doing the research that I've done with Dr. Deborah So, and like there's a lot of reasons why boys can be born more feminine with. And anyways, we don't have to get into that.
Like
but
prenatally.
yeah,
Yes,
like
their exposure.
if they have like if they're exposed to like older brothers and more male testosterone, then believe it or not, they're born sometimes with less, and they're like more feminized and can be gay.
Which kind of goes against the theory that if somebody's using TRT, then the people in their vicinity are actually experiencing higher levels of testosterone as well.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know that it would go against the theory. It's just they say that if a woman's pregnant and say she's got 4 boys, the 5th boy is actually likely to be gay because of
her dwindling testosterone herself.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to go back and read that section of that book, and maybe we could discuss it later. But
Yeah, that's cool.
But that was interesting. But anyway, okay. So, in my previous relationships with men, I always felt like the masculine role.
Right.
I always felt like I had to be in charge. I always felt like they weren't getting things done at the pace I needed them to be done, or with the care and detail, or whatever. It didn't really matter. And I just feel now that if it was a different time and you were set back in the day of like having a man that would, come in, give you the care, safety, protection, love, desire that you require, that I may have been able to have sustained a relationship with a man. It's not like I'm repulsed by men. We do laugh about how we don't. I mean, I do think that, again, given my disposition, that I do prefer females. I think that's pretty funny. Like, we were making fun in the last episode of sucking Justin Trudeau's dick, and we're all like, but look at your face that you just made. Ugh. I mean, it's just maybe the repulsion of him and his dick that makes women.
I just think of schmegma when I see his face. So.
Yeah, anyway. So, but,
Okay.
I think there's also just there's a pattern in our society where a lot of women that are also, you have a 2-income family, and the woman often has to step into a very masculine role in the home, especially if there's kids, because she has to be in charge of the kids and what are they doing. I also have to get to work, and I need my husband to do X, Y, and Z, and so she takes the leadership role, and she takes charge, and it actually creates a lot of resentment in relationships very, very quickly, and it's one of the main reasons why couples actually break up. The main reason is unmet expectations of your spouse. Yep. So I think a lot of women have had to step more into their masculine so much in relationships because of all societal demands and whatever programming, that we've lost that divine feminine. Yep. And we have in turn disrespected the divine masculine.
Yes. And stress levels automatically create that masculinized identity within a woman, right? Like that scarcity mindset of, we don't have enough money, there's not enough stuff getting done, we have to get the kids to this sport and this sport, we have a parent-teacher meeting, we have an appointment at the bank to renew our mortgage. Like, all of this stress creates this kind of like discombobulation to be in alignment to your divine feminine.
Absolutely. Because there's not that natural protector saying, we're okay. I got you.
right.
So and to trust that.
Right.
So if I had had Mel Gibson as my
interesting choice
from Braveheart, we watched Braveheart last night.
I am referring to Braveheart, but I do think that I actually really do like Mel Gibson. So remember that movie? What a Woman Wants with Helen Hunt? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah. Hey, honestly, in Braveheart, I was like, I would do him.
But didn't Mel Gibson also do one where he like dressed up as a woman?
Show me, because I actually don't think that he did.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't think so.
There's an episode where he has like women's pantyhose on and he's in the bathtub.
That's a movie.
In what movie?
The movie you just said, What Women Want. He
was
trying on the feminine products to step into the feminine marketing.
That's what it was. Yes.
And so he was putting on pantyhose and had a bra and put on mascara.
Yes.
So for anybody listening, like that's a ritual. That's a humiliation ritual in
Hollywood.
In Hollywood.
But he also speaks out in Hollywood, so it's kind of, that's an interesting.
Yeah, but
one
I mean,
too.
you can go through the humiliation ritual and go with the cabal and the Illuminati and do all those things.
Yeah, that's true.
And later try to leave it all or just speak out because you've lost. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's been an advocate for
which is when they
human
said
trafficking.
he went crazy, right?
Right, with that gerbil up his butt thing. Like that was all
So-
over the media and they canceled him.
So you try to leave and then they make you go crazy.
Yeah, they make you look crazy.
But anyway, so yeah, if there's a Mel Gibson that is my first male.
Okay, so let's talk about the qualities
Yeah.
of this character that would be your ideal. So first of all, physically, he's stronger than you.
Yes,
Yeah, although Mel Gibson's not a big guy. He's very small.
but he's strong.
But he was strong, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he has a particular
Physique.
fat to
100%.
muscle ratio.
100%. Yeah,
Right.
like no doubt.
So that stereotypical, and this is where I challenge people that talk about toxic masculinity, because their first example of toxic masculinity is like the guys in the gym, the bros in the gym. Okay. Yes and no.
No.
So let's just stop for a minute, because their physique can be exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
They're just missing the energetic component, the cognitive
Yes.
component from like a framework,
Yep.
they do possess that element of masculinity.
Yep.
It's the mental space that's the toxic part.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I married a gym rat, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. And you know what? The men in my life that I have been in relationships with have always been masculine looking men.
yes.
But not not
And I think that that physique can be very intimidating to a lot of women too, especially women who have had a history of being overpowered, violated, abused by men who are bigger, stronger, more muscular.
interesting. Okay.
So then those archetypes of women will opt for the soft man, the good man, the go with the flow
beta.
man. Yes.
Beta.
And the thing about like physique too, physique isn't always necessarily a depiction of how masculine a man is by any means. But it does determine how driven, how goal oriented, and how committed to an outcome a man is.
Okay.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
His confidence, his security in himself,
Yes.
his drive,
Yes.
motivation.
Which I'm sorry, but 90% of men in our society lack.
I can tell you, even when I go to school pickup, it's so interesting to watch the dads. And there's this image, and this isn't me being like rudely judgmental. Obviously, I'm judging. We're all judging. Judgment is a part of life. We have to judge things constantly. But I look around and I see these dads. They all have slumped shoulders. Their posture is shit. They have non-existent calf muscles, which we know are a direct correlation to our heart. If we have shitty calves, we have a shitty heart. Our calves are our secondary heart of our body.
Is that true?
Yes.
My God, I've had great calves all my life. I'm just saying.
My dad, when I introduced my dad to Jen, he goes, "She's got great legs.
Yeah.
Great calves."
There you go.
Best feature.
There you go. You have a big,
Legs.
well, we know your heart
Like
is
I like
healthy
my wife's
anyways.
legs.
You're good.
So interesting.
They usually have like slack jaw where their mouth is hanging open. That stereotypical like muffin top looking, no bums. Their pants are usually like looking like they pooped their pants, where they're like not even from like a ghetto perspective, just from like their butts are
Yeah.
saggy because they have no butt.
Yeah.
So if I look around and the majority of dads look like this, and the majority of people that I speak to, women, are unhealthy or have an unhealthy marriage or are unhappy in their marriage, and they're married to men like this, we have to start somewhere. And that's not me saying that all jacked men that look like this, look like Mel Gibson, have happy, healthy relationships, because that's not true either. But when we have this generation of particularly male gamers who are sitting in front of the TV all day long, they're overstimulated, their libido sucks, they're eating Doritos and pop, drinking pop and Pop-Tarts, and they're
living outside their body.
100%. And not only are they living outside their body, they're allowing the 14-year-old part of them to drive their entire life.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 And I mean, the men that are, honestly, like, let's face it, because we're in this world too. The men that are more dedicated to their health and fitness are, come on.
They're more attractive. Women are naturally
they're
more attractive.
but that wasn't even what I was going to say. They're more focused on themselves.
Well,
and their like presence, and at least they're there. So if they're focusing on their health and their fitness,
mindfulness.
then they're focusing on what they're eating. And if they're focusing on what they're eating,
How you do one thing is how you do everything. So that's how
Yes.
they're showing up in other areas of their life as
Yes.
well, which are all these attributes that are very attractive because it means that he cares.
Yes.
and it doesn't mean he's perfect, doesn't mean he doesn't spend too much time at the gym, and he might be flirty. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's a start of exactly of where somewhere to measure how do you present.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with your mindset, you move through life
Yeah.
making decisions with that
Yeah.
same mindset.
And I think that that's what the male marriages are lacking. The male in the marriage is lacking. Like, for me, feeling secure. I wanted to feel like I'm being cared for and protected and loved, and like I can count on you. I've never felt like that as much as I feel like that with Jen, which is she's not a man and she's quite feminine. But that's how she makes me feel in our marriage. She makes me feel very secure. She's taking care of me. When I was sick, like there was no like worry about, I always knew that she had my back, that I could count on her. I've never felt like that before. None of the men that I was with ever made me feel like if something happens,
I got you, babe.
I got you.
That's a huge statement.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
it's a very powerful statement.
Yeah.
To the point where if you're sitting in a counseling session with a couple and the man turns to his wife and says that, 100% guaranteed there's tears coming because that is so powerful, right? And what you just kind of pointed out was this concept of why be in a relationship with a man if the majority of men can't do for me what I've been able to find in a woman, or that I can do for
Right.
myself. I can do this for myself.
Right.
You're not capable. Even looking at like craftsmanship, we take for granted how amazing it feels to have a partner that can craft something that makes your life easier.
Right.
It's a huge part
Yeah.
of feeling taken care of as a woman. And if you're in a relationship with a man and you go, well, you're useless, you can't do this, I'll just do it.
Right. Or they can and they choose not to because
Yes.
they're on the couch watching a baseball game.
Yes.
And then then you take it, and that was me. And then I'll do it myself then.
Yep.
If you're not going to do it for me, I'll do it myself.
Yep.
That's a big one in so many relationships, and they just start to plummet.
Yes.
You know, once that starts
It's the
happening.
hyper independence, right? Because as young women, we're already growing up in an era where we're told to be hyper independent.
Yep.
We're told, and our trauma responses end up being hyper independence. So now we have this ingrained trauma response as a small child. We enter into a relationship that's just perpetuating this trauma response. And then we wonder why we have this pandemic of women that is essentially looking at men saying, I don't need you.
Right. 100%.
I don't need you. I'll sleep with you, but I don't need you.
100%.
Oy.
That's crazy, you know, because and the percentage of young people that are even having sex is very low compared to like most men haven't had sex in like a year to 3 years or something like that. And it's true though, the women are like only dating remember we said that percentage before? It was like a very low percentage. It was either 10% or 30% of the men are only getting laid. So the rest of them aren't even
Right.
out there getting laid. So out of the percentage of men that are getting laid, because there's so few of them and so many women, they don't have to treat the women in any particular way because the women are after them because they look good, because they don't have that beta, they don't have that like nerd, dad bod, whatever. So they don't even have to try to get laid. So the women are just fucking these men that don't even deserve to get fucked
Because they look a particular way.
because they look a certain way that the media is telling you that you don't want.
Yeah.
They're telling you don't want the
Oh, yeah.
masculine, toxic man, but
Totally.
you do. And there's only 30% of them.
And there's nothing wrong with you for wanting, like, this is the hard part too. I've had a few clients where they've shown up in the session and she has said something along the lines of, I'm just watching his, body shape change, and I'm
Yeah.
watching him take care of himself less. And in our society standards, what a traditional therapist would say would something like along the lines of, well, hey, wait a second, how would it feel if he said that to you?
Right.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
That this is not apples and apples. We're not comparing apples and apples. If I'm looking at my body and seeing the softness that my body has acquired because I've birthed babies, maybe even because I'm pushed to a standard to hustle more than I should be, more than my body's design. If my softness is acquired because of that, I hope that my softness would be acquired because I'm dropping into my feminine more. Your softness is also acquired because you're, as a man, dropping into your feminine more.
Interesting.
Which is not what I want. I don't want that. If I'm with a man, I don't want him dropping into his feminine appearance. I want him to be in his feminine, because this is the other thing we have to remember, is that within the relationship, there's polarity, and within each person there's polarity. So traditionally, if we're talking about a hetero relationship, I want to make sure that I have a good balance of my masculine and feminine inside my body. To be a good entrepreneur, I have to be in my feminine. To be a good mother and a good lover and a good wife, I have to be in. No, that was the wrong way.
I know.
Say it.
I had you.
To be a good entrepreneur, I have to be in my masculine. To be a good mother, I
Yes.
have to be in my feminine.
Yeah.
When we look at fathers and the way that they father, the masculine man becomes so attuned to his children when he can drop in appropriately to his feminine. So it's not that we don't want men in general to tune out their feminine energies at all. That's not what we're asking. We're not asking for men to walk around like these soldiers, robotic soldiers that like build things and protect you and walk around all, I don't know, stoic. That's not what we're asking. We're asking men to understand that their emotions aren't meant to be treated the same.
Right.
They're allowed to have the entire spectrum of emotions, but it's not treated the same way as women's emotions. And when they're present with their wife and their children, they have to be attuned and aware of their feminine energy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, and how they channel their emotions very different than how women channel them.
But a lot of men still just want to. I do think a lot of men want to talk more than some.
They need a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Sacred Sons, with the work
Yes.
that they're doing.
Or of the Men of War Crucible. Oh my God, so amazing.
Oh.
If I could sign my husband up for the Men of War Crucible, I would like. It's like a mini Navy SEAL training, but with like an emotional component there.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
So cool. They have a podcast.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
But that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Is that like there's a hierarchy. If the woman is in charge of managing their children's emotions, of holding space for their children's emotions, trying to hold space for their own emotions, when the man comes home, it's his job to have outsourced his emotional support system so that he can come home and he has the capacity and space to offer her that ability to say, tell me, let me listen. I want to hear it all. I'm not going to take any shit that you say personally. And I'm going to affirm, I'm going to validate, I'm going to hear it all. And I'm going to do that to my kids too, because my kids still need that from me. But I can do that because I have a brotherhood, because I have a community that I've spoken to them, I've brainstormed with them, I've vented with them, and now that's off my chest.
So what happened then? Like, I know that, so we have men that are growing up in households without fathers. There's, much less involvement in sports. Because men are just not there. Even the ones that are sticking around for their families, there's a major component in most men missing.
Yeah.
It's just, and women too, like, let's face it, women too. Women can say that they talk, and they do, but how many of them are honest and real?
Well,
Right.
what are they talking about?
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like, I always thought it was funny. I always had people always coming to me and asking me, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And I actually feel like, oh, I get it now. It's because, like, I didn't realize it, but I'm the only one that doesn't lie. Like, I would just tell you how I feel. And then I think people actually like that. But people don't get that. People get what they have friends that tell them what they want to hear.
People are always protecting their own ego and how they are being projected to the world, though. That's, that comes from insecurity. That's, protective within them.
Yep.
Jess is just authentically Jess.
And the amazing thing about Jess is that for you, Jess, you can say something and be so authentic in the moment, and then we move on.
Right.
I can tell you I didn't fucking like that. And now I'm not going to sit there and hold a grudge against you.
Right.
And I'm not going to hate you for the rest of the day. And I'm not going to make it awkward for you. I'm going to say, I didn't fucking like that. And now we move on.
Yeah.
Correct your shit and move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not taking it personal. I think when you said when husbands come home and when they know that whatever his wife is saying, then venting, whatever, it isn't personal.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge for everybody is that because we are always reflecting back to each other qualities within ourselves that are wounded, we often take everything very personally.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that you're allowed to vent and you have your emotions and you can complain about all the things that you need to complain about and be upset about. And I don't need to take any of the offense to any of that. I think that's a huge issue in our society is that we actually almost like
is that an issue
encourage
with
that.
me? Do I do that? Because sometimes I don't. I'm like, I do that sometimes.
What triggers you to do that?
Well, it's like the same issue with our daughter. Like it's so annoying. Like kids are so annoying, right? Like kids are so annoying and they just fuck everything up.
Yes, I have 3 of them.
Right? And they make everything a fucking challenge. And it's just like with our kid, it's the same thing over and over again. And Jen is like, sometimes I would rather not. Like, I think because I'm a pretty neat freak. Like I'm not like my dad and my brothers are very obsessive compulsive. So I'm not that, okay? But I'm like a less crazy version of them. But when I was a kid, I was very messy and chaotic and didn't know how to organize and clean. And it was just because we were so forced to do it. Because my dad was just so crazy, right?
It was a rebellion.
So my room was like crazy. And I feel like our daughter's doing the same thing. Like I feel like she's repeating all of my shit. And I feel like we're doing what my dad did, which was yell. Like the only difference is I don't beat her. Okay? My dad would beat me if my room was messy. We don't beat her, but she gets in trouble. I yell at her and then I feel like garbage because I've yelled at her and then I feel like, okay, she's just going to have to come by this naturally. Like
We don't want to shame her.
Right? Like you got to get to a certain point where eventually you're just like, I don't want to live like this. That happened for me. You have your own place and all of a sudden no one does it for you. And you're just like, I don't want to live like this. So there's just things like, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And then her attitude, she does, like, she rolls her eyes now and she'll tell you like, she's a fucker. Like she's a fucker. So sometimes I just don't want to so I just don't, you know what I mean? Like I know it's not clean. So I'm just not going to do it. Whereas Jen will be like, did you do it? Did you do it? And then she'll talk back and then she'll come in and then she'll come to me later and say, okay, I just have to tell you what happened. And then it's like, Evelyn said this. And then I'm like, because it's like it's just the same thing over and over
two
again.
things could be happening. One, she's understanding that she's watching her parents rebel against the world and she's practicing in her safe home rebellion.
Fuck off, Ashley.
Wow.
Right? Like
My mind is went.
the order and the rules and like this is her ability to be safe in her own space to say, fuck you. I'm going to do what I think I need to do.
Totally. She does. She fucking rebels and like.
Right. But like that's when you have to critically think, okay, so if I take a bigger picture look at this, is my fear that my child is going to grow up to be messy, incapable, doesn't know how to take care of her shit, reliant on me for the rest of her life? Are these my fears? Because if I take yes. So if I look at bigger picture, what other evidence do I have besides her room that tells me that that's going to be true? None. Zero. Nothing. The other piece to it is that at this age, there's so much hormonal chaos that's happening that her brain is disorganized and she just needs help reorganizing her brain. That's it. Yep. So that's when like integration of primal reflexes, somatics, all of that can be so helpful just to kind of get her brain back on track.
En anglais, pour voir?
Primal reflexes. So when she was born, did you swaddle her?
Yes.
That's
so bad?
She didn't integrate. She didn't integrate the startle reflex.
Wrapped her so fucking hard.
Yes. So this is the thing though, is like, and I did it even though I knew better. I still did it because I had twins, and it was just easier for me to wrap one so I could tend to the other one.
So yeah. Say it. No, I want her to say it again.
Yeah. Integration of primal reflexes.
The swaddling thing.
Yes. So when we're swaddling babies, we swaddle them because we're told like, oh, this reminds them of a womb, which maybe, whatever. We don't actually know that. Nobody's interviewed a newborn infant to find that out. I don't know how they. No, I don't.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't want to know what they've done anymore.
True.
And we do it because the startle reflex wakes them up from their sleep. So that's inconvenient to us as parents when our infant is constantly being woken up from sleep. Because we're not getting things done, we're not sleeping. So by swaddling them, we're preventing them from startling, which means we get more shit done, whether that's productivity or sleep of our own. But they're not integrating
You're in a straitjacket, though.
We're not integrating that reflex. So then we got to go back. So now we have children, we have adults that need to learn to integrate the startle reflex. So doing things like bear crawls, crab walks, starfishing on the ground a bunch of times, all of these are going to help us.
Shavasana.
Yes. Yes. And if you wake up every morning in our house, if I wake up and I can just like feel the tension in our house, I'm like, all right, everybody, we're bear crawling, we're crab walking, we're doing all the things. So the kids go, oh, okay, Mom. And they're like, okay, we're at 3. Can we stop? Nope, keep going. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, what's the next one? And they're like all looking at each other to see what the next one is. And then we get on with breakfast.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
The 2 beautiful humans from In the Cortex, they were on my winter summit that I did. Remember that summit I did? Yeah. They are the source of all of this amazing information.
Wow.
It's like brain gym stuff.
It is, yeah.
That's cool.
So do they explain what that looks like later on in life when they haven't received that startle reflex? What does that look like?
Disorganized brain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of other primal reflexes that you can learn to integrate to help reorganize your brain.
Okay, so before I made you go off on that tangent,
Yes,
you
sorry.
said 2 things. You
Yeah.
said one was the swaddling thing and one was something else. There was 2 things.
I can't remember.
Do you remember?
I don't know what you said.
Okay.
I'm now daydreaming. Like I'm processing what that looks like with a disorganized brain in adults. I'm trying to I'm looking at, because a lot of adults
Anxiety is
ADHD.
Yep.
Do you think of all the misdiagnoses that have, everything. Good
Well,
Lord.
by technical standards, I would be considered somebody who has adult ADHD. There's no freaking way I've always had this. And I was explaining to Laura the other day that I'm fairly certain that my symptoms of ADHD came from being in an abusive relationship for 5 years on top of having 2 back-to-back birth traumas.
Right.
Honestly, there's a reason why everything happens with us. And I could have easily fit a bunch of the categories, the check boxes for ADHD as well, because I grew up with being role modeled unhealthy coping responses.
Yeah,
Right?
and listen to me for 1 minute, and what would I be diagnosed with? I already have a few. What else would you diagnose?
We're not allowed to diagnose. We're just social workers. We can self-diagnose.
Yeah. We'll psychoanalyze the shit
Yeah.
out of anything, though.
Yes, you will.
But here's the other thing, is that if we're talking about birth trauma and we're talking about the role of the masculine and feminine, I was just on Kristen Nagel's Warrior Mamas group and we were talking about this. And I was saying that with the uptick in medicalized birth, we have obstetric violence. And if we're looking at these hetero couples who are having a family and in the system, in the medical system, and they come to me and they say, we had a baby 7 months ago and, she's just not really interested in having sex anymore and it's really impacting me and I'm feeling like that's how I need love and that's how I need attention. Okay, so first of all, we got to rewind. Is it a realistic expectation that 7 months after having a baby that your partner's libido is where it was pre-baby? No, not at all. Not even close. Nutrient stores play a huge role in where your libido's at, and pregnancy depletes your libido. Recovering from birth depletes your nutrients, and if you breastfeed, that also depletes your nutrients. So now we're standing in this place where you're completely depleted and you're expected to be giving someone else pleasure. Right. And you are also in a role in life where you're giving love and nurturing another human. And so receiving pleasure feels weird too. So we have that. Then we have this other component, which is the birth trauma component. And I'll ask and I'll say, how was your birth? Most times they'll say it was traumatic to some degree or another. Right. It was traumatic. Okay. So tell me, lay it all out for me. Like, where were you? Where were you? What was happening? Okay. Well, as the doctor was, giving me a cervical check, which I refused all cervical checks, my husband was standing there. Okay. So as you were being violated.
So hold on. The lady says, I don't want to have a cervical check, but the guy does it anyway? Is that
the doctor.
The doctor does it anyway?
Yep.
Okay.
Which happens all the time, especially like pre-baby stretch and sweeps. Hey, we're gonna do like a quick cervical check. Whoosh, stretch and sweep. Oh, wow. What? Now I'm cramping. I didn't say that I was okay with it.
So I had a midwife. I didn't know, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know anything about babies or anything. I never wanted to have a baby, never been around a baby, very little experience. But I knew that was not going to be, the business of being born. That's the thank God, Roxy, what's up, girl? She said, you got to watch this. And she never even had a baby, but she was like, you got to watch this fucking. And I was like, what was her name again? Ricky
Lake?
I was like, Ricky Lake, come on. There's
I know,
no way. Because I'm from the 80s, man.
I
So
know.
I grew up with her. Ricky. So I'm thinking, come on, there's no fucking way that Fat Ricky Lake made a fucking documentary that I gotta watch that's gonna change my fucking life.
But no one would have watched it if they didn't know her name.
True.
Anyway, changed my fucking whole perspective. So, and this is back in 2010 when midwives were kind of not really being talked about very much. Yep. People told me that I was really demonized me, were really worried for me. Then I got into the no epidural, and people were like, you can't do that. You know how many people told me that I can't do that? As soon as somebody says you can't do that, you can't not get vaccinated. I can't not get vaccinated? Okay. I can't not wear a mask? Okay. I can't not have an epidural? Okay.
And you wonder why your daughter doesn't want to clean her room?
No shit, man. Fucking right. What a warrior. She's fucking so cool.
She is.
Just start celebrating her for having a dirty room and see what happens.
Oh my God. Yo, let's go your room's disgusting. Let's go shopping.
Can you imagine?
Let's do it. I'm so proud that you're so rebellious and have a dirty room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go get you those new shoes that I just got you. Damn it, we should have done that last week. Anyways,
So you knew something your intuition just said, if the general public is telling me I should be birthing my baby in this way, it doesn't feel good. I'm not doing that.
And even still, though, there were a lot of mistakes I made that I just didn't. I thought that I was a bit naive to think that the midwife also had my best intentions at heart.
Yeah.
So I was really dead set on having a home birth, dead fucking set on it. But the morning, I was 2 weeks overdue. I don't track my period. Ask
textbook.
Jen. I never know when my period is or isn't. I was on the Nuva ring, so I left that bitch in all the time. So I never had a period for I was on it for I was only on birth control for 4 years, but for the 4 years I hardly had a period because I would just do the thing where you could put it back in and you wouldn't get it. Anyway, so I was 2 weeks overdue. She came that morning to check me and talked me into letting her break my water because my my blood pressure was so high. It was I don't remember what it was, but it was high. And then
if it was that high, she would have told you to go to the hospital. So clearly she wasn't that concerned.
She did. Anyway, we had to go to the hospital, of course. So as soon as that happened and she broke my water, my blood pressure shot up, I think. I think that's how it went. And then I was in the hospital basically in a tremendous amount of pain because now I know that if I would have
rupture of
right,
membranes.
if I would have just fucking left
First,
it,
your blood pressure is going to go up.
right? If I would have just left it how it was and just chilled, then I would have been fine. But no, so I had to go sit in the hospital all day. But I'll tell you the only good thing was that the doctor came in and said, "I hear you do not want my assistance," and I literally looked at her and I said, "I do not want to fucking see you. None of your students, none of your nurses, nobody." And she looked at me and she goes, I hope that's the case. I wish you all the best of luck." So, and that was it. Because I was like, get the fuck
And you
outta
vaginally
here.
delivered?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. But I mean,
13 years ago.
it was
That, you know?
That's big time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and they wanted me to do. They wanted to intervene. The midwife was really concerned at the end because I was in the water for a while, and then I was on all
because
fours.
she ruptured your
turned,
membrane.
and the baby turned. So the baby turned, and then I can just remember I had to be on like all fours trying to like turn her, and she wanted to intervene with forceps, I think, and I was like, no. And like the baby was in and out and in and out, and it was like I don't know. I had her at like 8:00 at night. It was a long day, but I was home 2 hours later
Yep. In London.
in London. I was home I stopped for Subway on the way home.
And that's the hard part about
I did. Well, Brian got it for me, but anyway,
that's the hard part about delivering at like a tertiary hospital, which London is that they can take bigger risks because they have more tools, more facilities, more
Resources.
training. Yes,
Yeah.
but they're more likely to advance to surgery because they're surgeons. OBGYNs are surgeons. Like if you
Right.
go to a steakhouse and you order a salad, people are going to be like, as a side, as a garnish, what's happening here?
Right.
Don't walk into the lion's den and expect a sheep.
Right.
Don't go to a surgeon if you want a vaginal birth, essentially. So I love that you found the avenue, the pathway that was most aligned to you, even now, 13 years later.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I was always very pleased with at least that aspect of it. I really wanted to be at home. I really didn't want any of that. I didn't want that day like that. Like I wanted to just be on my couch and just be fat and just enjoy that last day of fatness.
Do you talk
But-
often about like your birth experience?
I mean,
Yes.
I do. I've told
Yes.
that story. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with it. But like, okay.
Well, it's funny because you get so pissed off when everybody wants to tell their birth story or talk about their kids. No, sorry. People all want to talk about their kids, and you're like, well, then my birth story. And then you go right into sharing about your birth story.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear their shitty ones.
There's a lot of shitty ones. There's a lot of shitty, and that's contagious, right? It's like
Yeah.
that contagion of negativity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I love my story. Like
I think you should tell your story a lot.
I stuck to my
Yeah.
guns and I told that midwife, like, no matter what I fucking say, I said this to her, do not give me that epidural. There was two things. Do not give me that fucking epidural, and that baby comes right to me.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
But here's a
Yeah,
question.
okay.
Was your daughter's father there?
yes, and you know what? God love him.
Mm-hmm.
Our sex life 100% changed. Our relationship 100% changed. It was the end of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? 100% the end of our relationship. However, he was very good to a degree. To a degree. My mom and I haven't talked about this. Actually, I don't even know if I've ever told Jen this story. I feel like, I do feel with the birthing story, like I don't really, like Jen doesn't have a birthing story. So I always feel a little bit, mindful of that. But my birth story at the beginning, before I knew Jen, so how she gets annoyed at how I tell the story, my ex literally would tell the story in that time after the birth about his leg cramp. So during my birth, he had a leg cramp that he went on and on and on about the whole day, about this leg cramp. So I'd be after the birth telling the story of my lioness. Like I was very proud at the time of this birth story because everybody was having a traditional birth with epidural. It was this was unheard of in 2010. And he would interrupt and tell about his leg. And me and my mom would both look at each other across the room. And you know how my mom goes gaga for him? That was the only thing that she would be like.
Well, women know that's not okay.
Cause
It's the man cold.
It's a
Yeah.
man cold.
Yeah.
So
But, yeah.
So that means that you were. I would not use the word suffering because I don't think that when women drop into their bodies and have natural birth experiences that they're suffering. But there were a ton of opportunities for him as a man to address the medical people in the room as that protective piece from you.
Yeah.
Because as a woman in labor, you should be dropping into your body, not worried about the
Right.
political dynamics of the structure around
100%.
you. So that means that somebody has to be looking out for you. Because again, if you're walking into
gotta
a
hold the
lion's
space.
den,
Interesting.
so the rules need to be, you walk in here, it needs to be for a good reason. You address me, you do not
Right.
interrupt her. These are the rules to this space while
didn't-
we're in it.
Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. But he did do the he did do the
Cervical swoop.
something like that, and then he did receive.
Oh.
He was the quarterback.
Oh,
He took her out.
amazing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, and when it comes to gut microbiome of individuals, like whoever touches your baby passes on their microbiome.
Right. And then right to me, like I was like, you may you may receive, and then you may place right
Yes.
away.
Yes.
But like I said, then that ruined everything.
I think a lot of relationships. I mean, I hear that a lot.
I also shit myself. So,
That's 100%
I mean-
normal.
well, and I agree with you, but I agree with you. But like, I also, I think it's funny, but I also feel like I get it. Like, not I get it, because I think that's really shitty.
Yeah.
But like,
It takes
no pun intended.
it takes the way the je ne sais quoi of a relationship when you watch your woman shit herself.
I guess, but not. You know what I mean, right? Like, I guess I'm
Yes.
trying to like see it from both sides now.
Yes.
As after I've removed myself from the relationship and trying to
Yes.
give the guy a little bit of like, but I still do think like, come on, like I get it, but like really, I don't get it. Like I was giving birth to our baby. Like it really shouldn't have
No, not at all.
turned you off of my vagina.
Not at all.
No.
I remember when the resident came in to not cervical check me, but I was quite dilated at the time. My husband was sitting at the end of the bed, very like attentive to what everybody was saying and doing and making sure his ears were open, and he was watching where their hands were. And I remember when my legs opened, his eyes went like this. And I was like, what? And he was like, I can see everything. And I was like, everything? He's like, everything. He's like, it's just like this big portal of life. And I was like, that's amazing.
Like, what do you mean? Like the
I was
head?
just so fully
Do you mean-
dilated.
so he could see the head.
Well, at that point, it was a foot and a cord, because
Oh.
that's why I was wheeled into the
Okay,
OR.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But the staff had a informed refusal letter that was required. Everybody who entered into my room in the hospital was required to read. So some nurses would come in with sections highlighted asking, like, can you get more clarification on this? And I had this discussion with my husband and said, you need to know this list like the back of your hand, because I'm not going to be in a place where I want to clarify with nurses and
Right,
physicians. So they are
right.
going to be clarifying with you.
Right.
Now, the hard part is that even me having to have that conversation with him was me and my masculine. It should have been him saying, do not worry. I've done all my research. I know what you're talking about. I know what you want. I know what we're doing. You don't even have to tell me that they have to come to me first. I know
Yeah.
this
See,
already.
this is the problem with men. This is the problem. This is why I have a wife. That this is the problem. I showed him that documentary after I watched it, because he was in firefighter training at the time. So he was Mr. Medical. Okay. So the idea of this home birth was very off-putting to him. Did not understand it at all. I said, this is my body, my choice, which I do have a bit of like, I was a feminist at the time. I'm looking at everything from a very different lens. So I have to take that. I have to own that. Okay. But you have to watch this documentary. You tell me afterwards what you disagree with, and we are going to discuss it after that. Literally, the movie hadn't started yet, and he's asleep.
This is the mental load.
So
Yes, that's a trauma response. Eh?
So I'm just saying, right?
Shutting
Like,
down.
I needed a man. I needed a protector. I needed somebody who was interested, invested, not just wanted to like have the baby sitting on their shoulders like the commercial. Like, there's more to having a baby than throwing the football.
It just goes to show you how much trauma there is with people,
Yes.
and how it just goes through the generations and just keeps cycling and repeating.
And because they're little boys
Yeah.
sitting there having a baby, their girlfriend is pregnant, and
So-
they're still little boys.
So what did they miss? What's happened, in your opinion? Why are they
Usually
still little
it's
boys?
that dynamic of what you said, an absent father and a mother who creates some kind of codependency with their son because their husband doesn't know how to meet their needs, so they resort to getting their needs met through their son in a very like codependent enmeshment capacity.
Or a mother might not be present.
Yes. Distracted.
Like distracted, depressed,
Drugs, alcohol.
alcohol. Maybe she left. Lots of different things. Can
Yeah.
happen.
So this interesting, like cookie cutter dynamic that happens in my practice is that relationship is great, lots of sex, amazing. Let's have a family. We love each other so much. Let's have a family. Okay, so we have a family. Oh well, we're not happy because sex. Well, I'm not happy because you don't get what I just went through. Well, I'm not willing to give this to you because you're not willing to give me sex. Okay, well, I need you to participate more. I do enough. I go to work all day long. Is that not enough for you? There's this crazy dynamic. Then he goes, I don't feel seen or heard or supported by you, so I'm going to go hang out with my mom. Oh, my mom's coming over. I don't want your mom here. Your mom has an opinion about everything. I don't want your mom here. Well, when my mom was here, she agreed with me. Yeah, because your mom would still wipe your ass if she had the chance to, right? So now we have this like competition of feminine energies that are actually like masculine energies competing because the husband, the son, is so childlike.
because he's never learned to rise up.
He's not comfortable with discomfort.
Yep.
He has no cognitive flexibility. He can't handle rejection or failure.
Oh wow.
He seeks comfort immediately.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god. I just feel like this is. I just feel like this is like 90% of men.
It is.
Yes.
That's
So
it
what?
is.
What's Okay. So like, how far into this are we? You don't know?
So, okay, let me just
What's
say.
what's
I
your
haven't-
role here?
Come on, Jamie.
Can you refresh me? An hour 05. Okay.
So, the past, we're in 2024. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just say the past 4 years during this great awakening
Yep.
has been the rise and healing of the divine feminine. Well, women have been the leaders through a lot of chaos in this world. Women have learned to rise up to their own power and to step back into their feminine. And that's why we're seeing a rise in women's circles, women's healing, women walking away from jobs or things that aren't serving them. Mothers are staying home with.
trad wife,
What's that mean?
the traditional wife. That's
Oh, is that what it's
Traditional
called?
wives are
Oh,
coming
cool.
that's
back.
like the
Yeah.
derogatory term.
Oh, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, well, it's
Well,
not a
we
bad.
should think
we
it's a
don't
good
think it's
thing.
a.
We
We don't
think
think
it's a
it's
great
a. Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Oh, I was
Cool.
like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
like
I'm kind of
traditional,
a trad,
but that is
but I'm not
because
traditional.
Traditional in the sense of like
No, I get it.
homemaking
Yeah.
and
Yes.
homesteading.
Yeah.
yes, women though. What I'm hearing is when they have their baby, they don't want to go back to work.
No.
And their bodies are refusing because our bodies are not designed for that, to be parted from your newborn baby.
Of all of the women that you've seen in clinic, all of the women that you've supported, and the women that have just had babies, most of the time, if they've just had a baby, they're booking a therapy session because they don't want to go back to work. I can't
Yep.
stand the thought of leaving my baby with a stranger.
Yep.
Okay, did either of you guys see the video that I shared within the last 5 days and it said something like, are you sure that we're not wrong? And it was a video
Yes.
of clips of little kids, like they're like toddlers, one
Crying,
years old, give or
running
take.
to their parents.
The parents drop them off at daycare, and then it's actually the videos are of the parents picking them up.
Yes.
And the parents are there to pick them up at the end of the day. The look on the kids' faces, the immediate
Yes.
crying, the
Yes.
tears, like I could cry right now.
Yes.
I am going to start to cry just thinking about it. And I'm just like, are you sure, guys, that you have this right? Like, are you sure? Because like, I know that I had this great job in Toronto. I was making the most money I've ever made in my life. And I was like, yeah, I quit. Like I'm not going to be living in Toronto with my baby, going to daycare in Toronto. I have to move back to London. I have to make no money, start my own business so that I can drop my kid off whenever I need to go to work.
With your mom.
With my mom. Because I'm just not willing to do that. I'm just not willing to do that.
But see how like attuned to your like feminine intuition
Yeah,
you
and I'm not, and I wasn't even
wild.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm 100% more masculine than I am feminine.
But you have honored and listened to instincts.
But that's all because I don't know anything else other than instincts because I wasn't around it. So I don't know. But I just knew before I even had her that there was no way that I was going to do that. So my whole pregnancy was about setting myself up for this next phase. Like, which wasn't a great pregnancy because I needed to work my ass off and do things I shouldn't have been doing. But I had, again, because I didn't have a man that said to me,
I got it.
I got you. Like, I could only imagine if magically I got pregnant by Jen, how different that would have been if she would have been like, I've got you. No worries. Like, you just sit on your fat ass and you just do nothing. No, she wouldn't have. She would have been like, go running.
Go running.
Stay fit.
You are going to
Keep
be
that ass,
easy,
girl.
easy target if you're fat. So just go.
Yeah.
Go run.
No, but you know, like, that's what women need. Women need, like, a man to say,
Yes.
like, I got you. Your job for the next 10 years is this.
Well, and this is why finances even are a huge piece to relationships falling apart. Not because there is an influx of like controlling men who are not allowing women to have access to finances. That does exist. Obviously, financial abuse is still very prevalent, but it's this stress that women carry around like,
Right.
I can see the ins and outs and I feel like I need to contribute to prevent that, or like you're telling me we're fine, but I'm seeing this like huge quantity of money coming out and I don't know what's happening, or I'm responsible now for dealing with all the bills that are coming in on top of everything else. And I just want you to do that, but I don't trust you to do that because your immature brain causes you to be impulsive and you spend money on things that aren't in the best interest of our family.
And see, I think that women, if women had more of the, if women were more willing to give, in the sense of saying to their man, okay, I'm gonna take care of you. I've had this baby now. Now I'm your caretaker too. I'm here to, and women have to own that though. Women,
Not mother you.
No. I never said mother you. I never said
No,
mother
that
you. But
the general public needs to understand.
But women have to own this too. Women have become so fucking conditioned to think that they do not have to care for their man.
Yes.
Well, I promise you that she cares for me and I care for her. And I don't see that happening reciprocally between men and women in most relationships.
No.
And the man needs to say to that woman, okay, now you're this. You're here now. You're the mother. You're going to keep the house clean. You're going to cook dinner. You're going to do the laundry. And I'm going to go to work. I'm going to make money. I'm going to take care of the house. I'm going to do the lawn. I'm going to keep our home beautiful. You're going to have your jobs. I'm going to care for you. You're going to care for me. We're going to care for each other.
It's mutual respect in the relationship where you're treating each other like royalty. Like, he's my king. I'm your queen.
Yeah.
We treat each other with full and admiration, respect. We don't see a lot of that. And I mean, often in counseling, I see little inner childs fighting each other.
Totally.
Like it's, it just goes to show how much wounds there are in our society
But that's why we pick partners
that match. the
so that
wounds.
we can learn to work through them. But when we're not conscious to that, we just see it as this inner battle that's happening when it's really our energies and our souls chose that partner to help close a chapter from our childhood.
Yes.
So instead of getting divorced, we should be learning to work through, because when we don't,
Or
it's
you
just,
could still get divorced, but without carrying the animosity towards that person.
You can still close a relationship in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then getting divorced, my point was, is that getting divorced only perpetuates your cycle. Because if you haven't learned how to close the chapter, if you haven't learned
To walk away, like you're saying, like when
well, yes, fine, but in the relationship, if every time things get tough, you just get divorced, then when you go to the next relationship, it's like that comedy skit where the girl walks in with her imaginary bags of luggage.
Right.
And she boom, boom, boom. Like, this is my luggage.
Yeah.
I'm carrying all of these things in from my last relationship that I never learned to deal with because I just walked away.
that's
And I'm going to bring it into this relationship.
Right.
So you might as well work through it.
Yes. Except, there's this other piece that if we're talking about like the birth control stuff, if the person that we're choosing while we're on birth control is not just somebody who is an individual who triggers us in particular ways that we need to work through, but is also not the right match for us because we're on birth control.
Oh, interesting.
And then we come off birth control, have a baby, and then we look at the person and go, okay, this is far surpassed me trying to work through my inner child wounds.
I never even connected that.
yeah, the pheromones.
But
Not just the pheromones, it's also this component of when we're on birth control, we are more attracted to more feminine features in men.
Oh my gosh. How many women are on birth control?
everyone.
All of them. So
And
then when
we're
we
being
come
attracted
off,
to all these beta men.
yes. So
And
then
then
when
you
we
come
come
off
off
of
and
it
you're
and then
like,
you
what
hate
the
them.
fuck?
Well, I mean, a lot of relationships break up. There's the destruction of the relationship after a child's born for several relationships because the men rely on the woman to parent them.
Yes.
And then once the woman goes, I don't have time to parent you. I got a newborn. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Relationship crumbles.
And if you ask them, why did you choose this woman? Oh, she reminds me of my mom.
Ugh.
You're like, whoa, not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Not
And
okay.
no awareness of it. Yeah. Look, I agree that there's a lot of relationships that we choose our partners for reasons, right? Every person that comes into our life has lessons, beautiful lessons for us. And whether or not you choose to work through those lessons, you're going to either repeat that karmically in another relationship or you can heal and move on. And the couples that can do their work and heal and grow and change and evolve, and they are the ones that succeed. And those are the
Yeah,
ones that
those are
grow and form even stronger bonds.
And it might not necessarily mean that they are together with the relationship, like they're not romantically together, but they're the couples who can co-parent so collaboratively. They're the families that say, yeah, we had these kids and then we divorced and now all of our families are blending together and we all go to Christmas together and we all go to graduation together. Those are the families that have done the work.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there's no animosity. There's only love. You want right? Because you just want everybody to succeed. There's no
Yes.
resentment and
Yes.
hostility, and you're, being stubborn and holding shit against somebody. Yeah, I think we're going to be going into the next few years. We're going to see the divine masculine go through some significant healing
Yeah.
because we are strong enough to hold space for them now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have to let that rise of programs like Sacred Sons. Although,
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Sacred Sons event, so I can't put it on a pedestal. And I've never been to a Man of War Crucible event either. But we need to step back and give space to men to claim their, not just their
Right.
masculinity,
Right.
but their manhood. And I'll often
Right.
say, to women in session, like, you have to understand that, yes, we have, we have been told that men have privilege in life, and we've moved through life feeling terrified of men, but men are also terrified of themselves.
Yes.
Society is telling men that because you're a man, at any given point, you could rape somebody. You could wake up one day and be psychotic. You need to control yourself.
Right.
You got
need-
anger
You're
issues.
toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
you're
just
toxic.
existing is not okay. You are a danger.
You're a danger.
So then men go, oh my God, what do I do to become less dangerous? Okay,
How
so
can I soften more?
yes.
Yeah.
Most relationships, when the man gets really angry because he doesn't know how to channel his energy, and the woman can't handle, right? Because that maybe dad yell too much or smash things, or she fawns and gets overwhelmed when he has any emotional spectrum that he's expressing, you can see how it perpetuates that story
100%.
of men you need to.
That's my marriage. My husband grew up with teenage parents. Dad was an alcoholic and essentially like left the relationship. Well, didn't leave town, but left the relationship. And grandpa and grandma helped in raising him. Grandpa's like old school, like mentality, like you don't cry about nothing. You get over it. You go to the workshop, end of story. Like go work out in your workshop. So he had a lot of women raising him.
Right.
And his biggest thing for the longest time was like he didn't have a healthy relationship with his anger. And so his anger was very explosive. And he grew up with a mom who was also a teen mom. So her anger was also very explosive, which meant that she would say things that were very hurtful and then come back and say, well, I didn't mean it because I was angry, which perpetuated his. I can say whatever I want in a state of anger as long as I apologize for it after.
Right.
Me growing up in a family with tons of strict rules, wasn't allowed to cut my hair, wasn't allowed to wear makeup, wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend, wasn't allowed to go to parties, nothing, like total strictness. My dad, I guess less so now, but he was very angry, like the drop of a hat, he would lose it. So entering into a relationship with a man that had no concept of healthy anger or having a relationship, it felt familiar, but it didn't feel safe.
Right.
It just felt familiar. And this is when our nervous systems go to, I will choose familiar hell over unfamiliar safety, essentially.
Right.
So he's done a lot of work, especially like postpartum dynamics and learning how to work through that. And then at the end of the day, his biggest lesson is his kids, because his kids will look at him and go, no. Or they get scared, they cry, and they run away from him. And that's his message back, like, oh shit, like I can't keep doing this. My children are going to be scared of me. No one wants to be around me. I'm miserable. So what am I going to choose to change?
Yeah.
What lessons, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's humbling, because it means that you have to take a full look at
Yes.
where you're struggling.
Yes.
And that's your shadow. And a lot of people don't like to look at that. It's hard. And we can only do that when we're doing it from a place of self-compassion.
Yes.
Knowing that it comes from all of our own wounds.
Curiosity, self-compassion. We have to be that
Yeah.
inner parent to our
Yeah.
child self.
That's right.
Right? Because if we look at that anger and we go, God, you're such a shitty person. Why would you do this? No one wants to be friends with you. No one wants to have you as a father or a husband. Like, you are a shitty human being. Just stop trying. That compassion and that curiosity isn't that inner parent saying, okay, so you struggled. So let's recalibrate here. If we had a bad moment, doesn't mean we have to throw the whole day away. What's the right thing to do in this moment? Let's repair. How do we repair? We start with a repair and then we go from there. That's the inner parent saying, like, let me coach you through this.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. And
No.
we're going to have moments of being triggered, and no one's perfect. Even when you've done the work, you're going to be called back to that place of familiarity.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Because familiarity is comfort.
And when you have kids and they start reenacting your coping mechanisms back to
man.
you.
Oh, man. That's my favorite. It's when, it's not my favorite, but it's when parents complain about their kids, and it's like they're doing what you do, which is,
It's also my favorite when people call Jen to be like, hey, I need therapy for my kid. And she's like, yeah, I don't really do therapy for kids. And they're like, why? And she's like, oh, because usually it's the parents that need the work. And they're like, and then it like hits them at some point.
That's what my sister says to all of her clients that bring dogs in.
Hilarious.
it's the same thing.
Do you mean like if they
100%.
have like,
My sister's a dog trainer.
Yep.
Allure
It's the
trainer.
owner's energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister will be like, oh my God, I got to tell you about this client today. She'll call me. She's like, so this woman came in. She was like, oh my God, my dog has so much anxiety. And she's like feeding the dog all these treats. And she's like bringing a water bowl. And my sister's going, oh, your dog has anxiety. Okay, so what are you doing to help your dog feel safe? Well, I'm just giving them treats and I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And I'm like, oh, so you're telling me that the lady had anxiety. Oh my God, I almost gave her your card, but like I didn't want to do that to you. So I just told her that it wasn't a good fit. I was like,
They
thanks.
mirror us.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
so
they are.
funny.
Yeah. It's just like we were saying the other day, like we have another episode we're going to be doing around the appearance of Canadian society. And I mean, our
The
home,
decline.
the decline of the appearance of, anyways, our home is a reflection of us. Our home is a reflection of how we take care of ourselves, right? How my health is a reflection of how much effort I put into me. Same with our home. How I dress.
Organized. This is the organized versus disorganized brain. So when you're talking to your daughter and you can reflect back things like when you walk into your room, how does it make you feel?
Yes.
When you walk in, like, do you feel good? Do you feel safe?
Right.
Are you feeling connected with your space? Do you feel like your space is a good representation of who you are as a person? And she says, yes. Then you know this is like an act of inner rebellion. Then you know that that's accurate. You know that she is trying to make a statement, or you can call her bluff and you can ask those questions and she'll be like, well, no, it doesn't make me feel so. Okay. So when you want help trying to decide how you're going to rearrange your room to make it feel safer, I'll be here to help you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I just got a therapy session.
And I don't do kids, so please do not, anybody listening.
No, but that was all for us. That's all
Yeah.
for, us as parents and learning like because we model what our parents do.
Yes.
So it was good learning, insightful for us. My mind's still blown around the rebellion thing. I was like, for fuck's sakes, you're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. We were going to say something about there was 10 things that we were going to talk about.
Oh,
Maybe
we were
it's-
going to talk about what are the most common challenges that you see in relationships, sex-wise or just in general. Let's just do in general.
In general, I will say that you could whittle everything down to, I mean, as repetitive as I'm going to sound, this masculine feminine dynamic. Like when you as a woman, if we're talking about hetero relationships, and this was why I wanted to say, like, I can't sit here and talk about what I see and what I feel from a hetero perspective because most of my clients are hetero. I can't talk about
fair.
that same sex dynamic. So
Yeah,
I
fair.
don't know what that feels like or looks like in a same sex dynamic.
Well, let's talk about that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I was just, I've been reflecting on that because Jess and I both have the masculine feminine energy and we can both step into both. But I find that we have to make it more intentional.
100%.
And because we don't have that man, we have to step more into masculine for different things.
And you have to have the conversation about it in
Yep.
a roundabout way.
Yeah. And to honor each other's ability to fluctuate, because we both do in different ways, but we have to make it more intentional. Absolutely. But I think of a lot of same-sex relationships, and there isn't that. There isn't that intentionality around honoring both the divine feminine and masculine within each individual. They tend to stay in those binary roles rather than learn to be able to balance each other.
And why I think that this union is so interesting is that the individual who birthed a child, so essentially like passed through that maiden to motherhood veil, is also the person who is most masculine
In camo?
embodied. In camo, we can't
camo?
see her.
Where did she go?
She's not here.
No, that's interesting.
It is very
Yes.
interesting.
So like visually Jess is the masculine energy, but energetically she's the feminine energy. Visually you are the feminine energy, but energetically you have more masculine qualities.
Yep. Laura's like, yes.
But I'm like the homemaker too.
No. Well,
But I'm like technically I'm like the stay-at-home mom.
Yes.
Yes.
I do work like part-time
And
ish, but
your creativity too, like all of the woodworking that you do is your creative outlet, which is very much a feminine energied component.
You're in creation every day. Working
Because you
on
are
the
a
property.
creator.
yeah.
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 But from an outside, the standards of feminine and masculine, because you're woodworking, it wouldn't be as deemed feminine versus cooking, you know?
Yeah, and like I can cook, but I just don't like to.
I love cooking.
But I can.
But this isn't even a masculine feminine conversation. This is
No.
just a strength based conversation then.
Yeah.
True.
So if we get away from the tasks being masculine and feminine,
Right.
it's more about the energy that you bring to every task. Two people could be doing laundry. Partners could be sitting in front of the TV or sitting in front of each other doing laundry. The task of laundry isn't masculine and feminine, but how the laundry is folded and put away and what's done and how it's thought about, the conception, the planning, the execution, that's all.
Right, and you're right because it's not because it's actually you're right. You're bang on because my brothers, all of my brothers and my dad would do laundry the opposite of how you'd categorize men to do laundry. They are like basically they work at
Particular.
Gap and it's very fucking and their drawers would all be perfect. And my drawers, I guess to like a normal standard would be like pretty good, but to their standards my drawers would be a mess. But
Even the fact that when you go to do laundry, you forget it for a couple days in the machine.
okay,
wet.
but can I tell you what I wouldn't do? Can I tell you what I wouldn't
Yeah.
do? I wouldn't put a shirt inside out. Long sleeve black beaver canoe.
Oh, I always put my laundry inside out.
Her socks are always inside out. My socks would never be inside out. My shirts are never done laundered inside out. Do I put laundry in the machine and forget it? I have to put it in the machine? 100%.
That's strength based.
100%. But when I do fold and put away, it's generally very, like, it's not like my brothers. Like, I don't have a board.
Right.
But it's pretty good.
But if you asked your brothers why they do that, maybe they wouldn't have the insight around why they do that. But chances are it has to do with future planning and how items are removed from the cupboard or from the drawer because masculine is associated with problem solving and future planning.
So they're concerned that if they don't fold it nice and neat, when they pull it out in a week, it's
They're
going to be
going to
wrinkled.
fall. Or, yeah.
It's going to be wrinkled.
Or they're not going to be able to see what they have access to, or they're going to miss something, or, quality of garment after folding.
Interesting.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, problems in heterosexual relationships and problems in same-sex marriages. Yo, what about abuse, by the way? Have you ever had any like discussions on that? Cuz
Yes.
I've been reading a lot about how gay relationships are super abusive.
Yes.
Do you have any
So
can
I
you speak
worked
to
in
that?
domestic violence for 6 years.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I was the regional facilitator of the Partner Assault Response Program in Eastern
Okay.
Ontario.
Oh wow.
And then I also supported the victims and sat on a board for human trafficking for a short period of
Oh,
time.
interesting.
Yes. So, I mean, the community that I was working in, there wasn't a plethora of same-sex relationships by any means. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't instances of same-sex couples getting pulled into the program. I do think that when officers would show up to charge someone or show up to a scene, they wouldn't necessarily know how to categorize it as a domestic,
Oh, interesting.
because if it's two friends having an argument, it's not considered domestic. It's not considered intimate partner violence. If there are two women having an argument over X, Y, and Z.
Interesting. So would that be the cops that miscategorize it, or is it the offenders that trick them into saying like
Could
it's
be
just my
either.
friend? It could be either.
Could be either, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and because in the instance of intimate partner violence and domestic violence, the individual doesn't have a say in the charge. It's the officer that is the one charging.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, because I definitely read that gay men in particular have a high rate of domestic abuse. And I used to be neighbors with gay guys in London for like 10 years. And they were like lovely guys. Like when I went away, they'd feed my cat. Like you could trust them. Like they weren't gonna like I'd lock my doors, but certain doors. But anyway, no, they were nice though. But they always had fights, and they
Like
were always
physical or
I
verbal?
mean, I couldn't say if it was physical, but one drank heavily, and the other one didn't like it, and they'd always be bickering and yelling, and then they'd break up, but then they'd be back together, and it was just always off and on, or like not off and on, but not secure.
Okay,
Maybe I'll
so
put it
then
that
this
way.
kind of goes back to what you were saying before in the instances of trauma. So is it that same-sex relationships bring out that element of trauma?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting because if you go back to my other point of like a lot of gay people have sexual abuse or molestation history.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Okay, so if it's two men that have been abused by a man, and then every time there is something, it's like that same situation
Recreating it.
recreated over and over again. Yeah, interesting. Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah, it's so fascinating.
Yeah, in trauma bonding. Yeah.
Yeah, and the same with like with women. Well, now that's interesting because that's actually what.
It's interesting because we did a perimenopause workshop recently where we went to one, and the majority of women that are initiating divorce are in their 40s, which is when perimenopause typically starts, and that's when we tend to be a little bit more erratic because our body's starting to withdraw from the hormones. It's like reverse puberty.
It's like PMDD once a month.
Yes.
Dude, this
Yeah.
lady was basically saying, but not saying that a majority of women wrongfully get divorced. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm reflecting back on my own mom. Like, my mom went, like, AWOL in her 40s.
Yep.
Divorced my dad after 27 years. And, like, and I'm like, oh, my God. Like, what the fuck, yo?
Yes. And if you look at the women who are living with PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, there's something that like the community jokes about which is monthly breakups. So it's like PMS times 1,000.
I'm pretty sure I broke up with every ex of mine on my cycle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that me and Jen almost broke up 100 times
On our cycle. We also, we never dated a woman before each other. And then we kept saying, why are we having these explosive fights once a month? And then we're like, oh, fuck, we've synced up. And we just are not aware of our bodies in the luteal phase. And first off, we didn't even know what the fucking luteal phase was before all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's mind blowing.
It
But
is.
the other thing that I was just thinking about is there's a huge surge of women getting together with other women later on in life, like in their 40s,
Yes.
30s, 40s.
So I almost wrote a thesis on postpartum bi-curiosity.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Okay,
interesting.
I'm your candidate then, because that's like probably me. So you have a baby, your husband or
Is neglectful.
partner is neglectful and no longer looks at you as a woman anymore, and
You
Or
need
meeting your-
nurturing. You need somebody to take care of you, especially during your postpartum period. Somebody who can love on your body, appreciate your body for what it went through, and expect way less from you. Oh, another woman can do that. Go figure.
oh, you don't have a boner poking you all the time. Oh,
meeting your emotional needs,
cool.
hearing you.
You don't have to explain
Not
what a
being
cycle
slug
is.
on the couch
Yeah.
and not being productive, and yeah, see, this is the problem: is the men have a real problem right now because they've helped create this situation where they're not needed. And I'm not a feminist, and I love men, and I hope that men get their shit together for the sake of humanity. We need men, but I'm just stating a fact that my ex's no, someone has said say it. My ex's partner has literally said to me, "I know why you married Jen."
Oh. That's a nice compliment. Everybody's like, oh, awkward. That's a nice compliment.
It is. I'm flattered. And also, I think that there's a lot of men that need to do a lot of healing work, and a lot of women need to support them.
Yes. Yes. And what I say to men, so when I give like that first session homework, I'll look at him and I'll say, so your job is to initiate no longer ask for lists. I say a lot of these are tradesmen. When you go to a job site and you look around, do you go, can somebody tell me what to do next? Or do you say, oh, fuck, those guys are over there with a shovel. I'm going to grab a shovel. Or I know that their next job is over here. So I'm going to go over here to this spot and start prepping this spot. That's what you do. Why can you do that at work? And the minute you walk through the door, you go, I was just waiting for you to
but
tell
can
me
I be
what to
devil's
do."
advocate?
Yeah.
Let me be devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brad comes home
Yeah.
and he takes his fucking shovel and he goes into the back corner and he starts to fucking dig it out. And then you come home and then you say, Brad, what are you doing in the back corner? No. You go, Brad, what are you doing in the back corner over there? That's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to do it in the front yard. I'm not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. So anytime a man does take initiative to do something,
Yes.
the woman fucking
Yes.
bitches at him.
Right.
Because it's not right.
Yes. And this is the conversation that I have with a woman where I say, if you want him to step up, you need to step back. And this usually gets highlighted in the postpartum period
Yes.
again when she's going, don't put those pajamas on. Oh, that's not how you swaddle. Oh, that's not how they.
Controlling. They're controlling
They're white knuckling
everything.
life. And
Yeah.
so
I
the
was
guy
in that.
goes, fuck, I can't do anything.
It's
Then
just
you fucking
easier
do
not
it.
to.
Yeah.
And then I sit down until she yells, and then I get up and I go do whatever.
Yes.
Because she's fully in the masculine.
Yes. Yes.
Because I can't be.
Yes.
She won't let me be.
Yes. Yes. That is it.
Yeah.
So it's about him leading. And I look at her and I say, you don't let him do this. So he's going to fuck it up. But instead of criticizing him and correcting him, highlight what he did right. Say, oh, you did this really. I loved that so much. That's positive reinforcement. Men are not that complex. He's going to keep doing that. That's how they have sex. That's how they're going to go through life. So if you liked the fact that he pulled your chair out for you at date night and he opened the car door for you at date night, tell him that.
Yes. They need to hear it. Yeah. Yeah.
And then watch his confidence. Because again, there's that little boy inside of him going, oh, I did good.
Yep.
I did good.
And see, women get resentful of that, and I appreciate that from my own past. And women, well, I shouldn't have to do that. But I met this. There was this girl. It was too late. We were too far gone. But there was this rich dentist that I rented a condo to one time, and she made a lot of money, like $20,000 a month. This is like back in like 2010, 11. That was a lot of money, $20,000 a month. Anyways, her boyfriend, he had this car. She paid for it, like a Charger. He had like all this fancy camera equipment. She paid for it. And he was trying to be a firefighter. She paid for everything. Okay. And I was like, in the kind of like similar situation, right? And I was like, how do you like do this? Like, what the fuck? And she goes, I'll never forget. She said, his success is my success. If she goes, I make a lot of money. I don't care. If he wants to be a firefighter and it costs, and he doesn't have, and if I pay for all of this and he becomes a firefighter, I win. He wins, I win. And that always stuck with me.
I think it's harder when you're dating because there's no,
Totally.
like, you're not signing not that you should have to sign a contract to be married, and then, but it's just much easier to piece out and be like, well, you paid for my schooling, like, thanks for that, see you later.
Yeah, sure.
That's a lot of risk.
Yeah.
But I can understand this dynamic of like, if it makes me feel good to provide and they feel good to receive, and they are a more confident person doing the thing that they love to do. If I can create an environment where my partner is doing what they love, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't even have to be financial.
No.
Right? It can
No.
be broken down all the
No,
way
for sure.
to the day-to-day of just celebrating each other's successes.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
but the financial aspect was that at some point, likely, he would be making. I mean, first of all, he was black, so he checks a box.
Yep.
So he's for sure going to get a job if he applies for it. Sorry, but fact. But if he is a firefighter, he in Toronto, he's making 100 plus grand a year.
Yes.
So she's winning.
Yep.
So, but anyway, it's so complex. Relationships are so complex. Heterosexual relationships are complex enough
Yes.
in this day and age with all of the brainwashing, the lies, the demonizing of
Men.
of roles, of just natural roles,
Yeah.
where women want to be at home with their babies.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it. They don't want it. The like brokenheartedness of them leaving to take care of. This is like the big trick, is that all these women, like in particular, who are child and youth workers, teachers, because they all go into nurturing roles.
Yes,
Okay.
they're taking
They
care
don't
of
go
other
into
people's
fucking.
kids.
They don't go into accounting.
No.
Very few. Not saying that there's none, but very few. They're going into like childcare shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trading in child caring for your own child.
And
so
you're making
that-
just enough money to pay for daycare.
just enough. Like sell your fucking car and walk your fat ass to the park, and you don't need a car while your husband goes to work. And when he comes home, that's your break, and you can go to the grocery store and run your errands, and he can have his fucking time. What are
I
you
love
laughing
that
at?
you
Am
just
I
said
wrong?
the grocery store's a break. I'm like at the grocery store, I'm like, I fucking hate this. This is so stressful.
Well, I
I'm
guess-
meal planning. I'm grocery shopping.
I guess I'm saying that because that was my break. You know what I
Yes,
mean? That was
yes.
like a break for me.
Yes.
Going grocery shopping is like
I know
out of
it
the house for
shouldn't
a
be,
minute.
but yes,
is.
But-
It's sad that that's what it comes down to, is that like grocery shopping is a break. Until then, you're like meandering through the aisles, going, "Oh fuck, I guess I should plan like an actual meal. Oh, I guess I should plan 5 meals. Oh fuck, I gotta cook dinner every fucking night this week. That's a pain in the ass."
See, wouldn't you rather homestead and have
Yes.
freezers full of your own meat
Yes.
and all of your own like canned vegetables and freeze dried shit?
Hundo P.
So yeah,
I would much
Yeah.
rather that.
It's the goal.
yeah,
It is
The
goal.
direction.
It is.
Yeah.
I've set the intention.
Yes. Yeah.
good. Yeah, you get there.
50 acres in here and it's gonna be mine. Yes. My mom doesn't listen.
Sweet. Oh, that's sweet. You have a good plan.
Yeah.
So you already have the family property. Mm, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful that these are the goals now? This is the direction, is actually releasing all
Yes.
the material possessions, the titles, all those things, because in the end it doesn't matter.
Nope.
It's our relationships, it's our family. That's everything.
Yes.
We're going back to more of that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe just like this is like the worst question that you'd want to be asked, but like some advice that people can take home that they could use in their own lives for the basic. You said it all comes down to
The energies.
the energies.
Yep.
So what is the basic things that people listening can?
Your final thoughts on recommendations.
Oh, is it? Didn't Dr. Phil have a final thought? Or who?
Oh, does he? Yeah, I think he does. I think Dr. Phil's cool now.
I love
used
him.
to hate
I
Dude,
love
he's
him
so
now.
awake,
Yeah,
yo.
I used to hate his guts.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
I
like
know.
him now.
He's
Yeah, me
so
too.
fucking cool.
Probably
He's
'cause
so awake.
We're all brainwashed.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes,
I love
think
it.
he's great.
Yeah.
I would say number 1, focus on 15 points of contact a day. So touch each other a minimum of 15 times a day.
Does it matter
period.
if I hit her? Like when I was like, is
No,
that bad?
that
Loving
does. I don't
touch.
like that. That's
Loving
not-
touch.
Loving touch.
Loving.
My arm is like sore. Sitting here for an hour when she gets excited. Just
Yes,
keeps
tap,
hitting.
tap, tap.
Tap, tap, tap.
Yes, 15 separate occasions of loving touch. So that could be like while you're driving, a leg squeeze, the back of the neck kind of tickle, shoulder squeeze as you walk by. Like sometimes we overcomplicate relationship communication with words. It doesn't always have to be like this complex plethora of discourse that we're now dumping onto our partner because we're trying to use I statements and we're trying to reflectively listen, and it's just like so much all the time.
I
So
love it.
talk less.
Yeah, talk less, Jen. Talk less and touch more.
Yes.
Sorry.
See what you can communicate, and this is in my couples workshops, I kind of highlight this too, is that see what you can communicate to your partner without saying anything. See what your eyes communicate, see what your body language communicates, see what messaging you can get across to your partner, and then confirm whether or not they pick it up. So try that. And that's super.
Stop trying that right now.
Yeah. Stop.
I'm trying to listen.
And that's super important too when, especially in the dynamic of like men that are trying to hold space for their women and trying to nurture that femininity place. Like if you don't know the right thing to say, just make eye contact and give some kind of communication that you feel it put out your hand, hold your partner's hand, nod with them, give them that nonverbal communication that you are hearing it and you're receiving it.
Okay, that's a brilliant piece of advice because that's me. Jen often talks social work and I don't know what to say. And then I say the wrong thing because I
Yes.
feel like I need to say
That's
something.
my husband too.
Yeah, and then so I just say things and then like
talking with all your fucking big words. And I'm
well,
like, oh
the
my
other day
God.
I said, look, I said I'm sorry, but you're just what you're saying is just stupid. You remember that?
Yes.
I have no other word but stupid.
That's just stupid.
And then she just looked at me and I looked at her and I was like, we both started laughing and I was like, I'm really sorry. That was so not okay.
At least you caught it.
Yes,
You both
repair.
can laugh, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
repair is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Repair is huge. And I think that it's very, very powerful when a man can come to a woman to repair in a soft and loving way. And it's also equally as powerful when a woman can come to a man after they've been in a state of anger and they feel shame and they feel not good enough and they feel unsafe in their own body and therefore unsafe to their partner. And a woman can say, I'm coming to you because I trust you and I know we can repair this. And again, not having to use words, just that physical presence of like moving towards, right? The typical Gottman conversation of like
Right,
move
right.
towards, not apart. I'll always give a man the homework of like plan a date night. Don't ask her. Just plan a date night and say, I organized a babysitter for this night. Make sure it's from the list of approved babysitters. Don't go out and find some rando to take care of your kid.
And of course the approved night.
Yes. But that's the other hard part. No, you to be in sync, like a couple should already kind of know each other's schedules.
Right.
So if typically we sit at home and do nothing on a Saturday night, probably Saturday night would be a great
Right.
night for you to plan a date night. So you're going to say on a Thursday, hey babe, don't plan anything for Saturday night, knowing that nothing's already planned. I got a babysitter, be ready, wear something versatile. We're spending the night out.
Ooh.
Her automatic reaction, if she's been in her masculine, would be like, what's, where, when, why, what are we doing?
Yes.
Don't fucking entertain that shit.
It's very
Set that
controlling.
boundary. I am leading. You want me to lead. Please just enjoy this.
That's a huge one in so many relationships. The
Yeah.
women will not let that happen because they need to be in control of everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that remind you of anything?
I don't like surprises.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that with my clients.
So you need to lean into surprises more.
Yeah. I do. Right?
No. No.
No.
Everything,
Or
everything
no.
has to be planned, and then Jen has expectations of what it's going to look like, and then it doesn't look like that, and then
What's your human design?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't follow that.
I like human design.
Yeah, you find it accurate?
Ridiculously accurate, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to find out. I know my Enneagram's 6.
Oh, I don't know anything about sixes.
what am I? A 4 and a 7
The
or
Challenger 8.
something? Oh, never mind.
Duh.
Duh. I'm
I
a
was like
3.
4 and 6.
I'm a 1 wannabe, which is the perfectionist. But I'm not that.
Dude, that was
But I
actually
want it to be
that
that.
was a funny conversation when we did that the first time.
Yeah.
And she figured that out. But it was like a light bulb went off for her and a little bit of like, I don't know if humility is the right word, but we could laugh about it. And it
Oh,
was
good.
really it was a really
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
it was a really fun thing.
Okay, so what you just highlighted is something really important that I think the heterosexual relationships miss is that when one partner gets excited and is interested and dives deep into something, the other partner also does, which could be a female thing, right? Like, I'm so excited about this. Here, read this. Here, look into this. Oh, me too. Okay, let me join you. That
Yeah.
joining
Yeah.
versus most men go, cool. And well, this is important to me. It's important to me that you know how to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
When I had the conversation with my husband, I said, so I have PMDD. I need you to know about that. Like, what is that? Like, you just get miserable? No, it's much more than that. So I need you to understand.
Get ready. Buckle up, cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I said it explains so much of what I felt postpartum when I started to get my cycle back. It explains so much of what I went through at the beginning of our relationship. Like, I don't want to carry the burden of this myself. And so it was that conversation. Initially, it was okay, just give me a heads up when it's going to happen. And I was like, no, I don't want to carry this mental load alone. So you download the app. You know when my cycle is going to change. You know what you could be doing. If you need to create your own list from trial and error of like, okay, this seems to work, this doesn't seem to work. I asked her what she would prefer. Sometimes I can't tell you because it's going to work. I'm a toddler sometimes. It's going to work today and not tomorrow. I don't know.
No, that's interesting because I even hear a lot of, there are men that do that. There are men that I've met in my life, not in relationships I've ever had, of course, but there are men that know when their wives' cycles are coming and how to navigate that. And I always envy that. I don't know my own cycle. It's always a fucking surprise. Jen knows mine. But I do try when I can kind of see her symptoms and stuff coming, and I know when to like look at her face right now. I know when to like back out and like not take things personal.
We've gotten better. Yeah.
We've gotten much better. At the beginning, it was the first few years was very challenging.
Yeah.
For navigating that.
Yeah.
So I have to give men. Right, like I have to.
But how do you think that they learn to do that? Do you think that they just go, "Oh, a woman, I need to track her cycle," or do you think that there was a conversation at some point where somebody said, "Listen, you need to get on the same page as me," and then they go, "Oh, okay."
I gotta be honest. There's some men that I've spoken to that there was no conversation. It was more like I grew up. I think the common denominator is I've grown up with women.
Yes.
And I learned. Who like I think they all probably had their periods at the same time. To navigate
the home.
And the boy had to know, like for me it was different. I grew up with all boys, so no one worried about me.
Yep.
But I think when it's the opposite, I think they know.
Yes.
And I think those might be the men that
are
make
more
good
attuned.
husbands that are more attuned to what their wives need.
Yeah.
But I do think that you're right. I think the ones that aren't. I think they but have gotten to that level. Have probably had a conversation with their wife, and if they're smart, they fucking listen.
Yes.
And they start to figure out it's not that challenging to track this, and they can do it. They're capable.
It's in their best interest.
Absolutely. You want to have sex? This is the time where you should start to come on to me.
Yes.
And it's the same with me and her. Like we both as women, like Jen said, you have to be better at knowing that as a woman because women don't just have boners. And pop you in the butt in the morning when you're laying in bed. Like, I'm sorry, but they don't. And so you do have to initiate things more, or else that's why
step into the masculine.
That's why Jen said like you can see the lesbian relationships where they deteriorate after a while. They just become friends, and it just gets very like because women, if you just leave women to not have sex, they really won't.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Like if a man doesn't push the woman, really they're not gonna.
Yes.
And that's, men can blame women all they want, but really, again, it's like about stepping into the masculine.
And women are also afraid of rejection just as much as men are afraid of rejection, right?
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, actually, that's a great point because in my case, after I had my baby, it was just like my ex was not interested.
Yeah, total rejection.
More
protection then.
Yeah.
Protect more.
Right. And then when you're not, then that's been a discussion that we've had. Like if we don't have sex and women often that's a thing, it's like I feel rejection.
Yep.
It's just a normal.
Your love language is physical touch, and most men's love language is physical touch.
Yes.
When you said 15 touches, I'm like,
I try to make that. I honestly, I try to be very cognizant of that every day because I know that's how you receive love. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
It's a big deal.
It
and
is.
I've always challenged, especially like the stereotypical stay-at-home mom or like mother of children in general. Is your love language actually acts of service, or are you burnt out and it's just you need some support and someone to help you, and so that's the minimum of like I just feel loved because I'm getting support? And if that didn't exist, what would your real love language be? And I'm noticing for me that as I am progressing in motherhood, and I have such an attentive partner who participates in all sorts of roles around the house, I am noticing that my love language is more physical touch than I thought it was. Not completely, but it was at the bottom of the barrel before, like, no fucking way.
That's interesting. Yes.
So what about you? Because I'm not really acts of service, but you are.
No. Actually, as you were saying that, mine has changed.
Right.
It was acts of service because I was always needing more help because I was A-type, go, living in fight or flight. And I need shit done. I need you to help get shit done.
Is it affirmation now?
Absolutely.
Words of affirmation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like you are a words of affirmation / quality time person.
Oh, yes. Nailed it. Yep. Yes. This has been a great session, Ashley. What other feedback do you have?
What are my love languages?
Yours would definitely be physical touch, but I would probably say quality time and physical touch would be yours too. Maybe gift giving, because you do like to buy your daughter things.
She's a huge gift giver.
Yeah.
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 And
I
gift
love to
giving is
give,
also in the form of like creation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love to especially
Yeah.
make things to give.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Our necklace. Oh, yeah. Laura's necklace.
Oh yeah.
It was her first gun, or her
Oh,
first
that's
bullet.
special.
She's her first shot.
That's special.
with our
friendship necklaces.
Aww.
Gun. So gay.
Super
It's
gay.
so gay.
Super gay.
Super
Yeah.
gay. Yeah.
No, that's been fun. This has
Yeah.
been good.
It's been
This has
so
really fun.
helpful.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
I
Great
think
chat,
this has
Ash.
been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, for any of our listeners who are inspired by you, where can they find you?
You can send your hate mail or your love mail. Just kidding. The rogue.therapist on Instagram is probably my most accessible point of contact, I would say.
Oh, just before we break, let's just talk about that. How much I hate people.
Sure.
Laura's like, good God, we're over time. What?
Yeah, like just like how people have an opinion on like therapy, and I'm just so tired of therapy. Like, no offense. Like, I'm just so tired of like everyone's just like so like victim-y, and I want to come back and talk about that another time with you.
Oh, that would be a great conversation because there's so many, our society enables victimizing.
Yes.
We are enabling dependency.
Yes.
And that just like Christian Firth.
Yeah.
I have acute mental health issues, so I can't speak to anything. We're enabling
Yeah, and I want to talk.
intolerance to stress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
like,
have zero window of, and this
Yeah.
is partially like our men have zero window of tolerance. So it's kind of in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Our men have zero window of tolerance, so they can't tolerate the discomfort of their women's emotions. When women are emotional creatures, I can't tolerate that. I'm now a victim to this discomfort that I'm sitting in. And that's not to say that women have poor window of tolerance too, but it just really fucking sucks that our men have poor window of tolerance.
yeah,
Fascinating.
we'll talk about that next time. That's good. Anyways, yeah.
Ba-dum-dum.
Yeah.